Hi, everybody. This is Kayla Coleman, and I am showing you a tutorial in how to use Google Forms. I have signed this in as my husband, and I added him as a student so I could show you how things look on your end of Google Classroom. So this is his current Google Classroom with his classes, and I've added him to the sixth grade class. So when you go to Google Classroom, you're going to click sixth grade, and then it's going to show you your stream and your classwork. Okay. Um, this is before Tuesday, so the assignments haven't really been added yet, but I added 2 practice assignments for some tutorial videos. So I said we're going to do Google Forms. So I'm going to click on the assignment that says Practice Google Form. Okay. Whenever you go to that assignment, it's going to give you directions right underneath the title. And make sure you read those directions carefully. That's going to tell you what type of form you are taking. You could be taking a survey where there are no right or wrong answers. It's just a way for a teacher to get to know you more. You could be taking a practice assignment, which would be graded for participation. Some teachers might give you multiple chances to respond if you get questions wrong, or you might be able to resubmit some of your answers. So make sure you read those directions so you get the best possible grade that you can get. Um, then after you've read the directions, you can click the form that your teacher has posted onto the assignment. So we're just waiting for the form to load. Okay. In this form, you'll be practicing answering different types of Google Forms, different types of questions. Make sure you watch my Google Form tutorial before completing this form. I'm probably not going to make you actually do this form yourself. So if you see a little star by a question, that means that that question is required. You have to answer that question or it will not let you submit the form. Some teachers might ask you to put your name on the form. You can put your name on there. This is Joshua Coleman. Me personally, I don't put a name place on there. I just collect your email addresses automatically because your email address has your name on it. Some teachers want that name when they're grading the form themselves. Okay, this first question is a short answer question. With short answer questions, you might have like 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 words, just a very short answer. Sometimes teachers might put an answer key to that if it's a one word response. Um, if it's a more than one word response, they are probably going to have to grade that question themselves. So in this question, it says, what is the mascot for McKell Middle School? Well, our mascot is Bulldogs, so I'm going to type in Bulldogs. The next question is a multiple choice question. How many classes will you be taking this year? See how it has a red asterisk by it? That means you have to answer that question. Sometimes multiple choice questions might have one answer. Sometimes they could have more than one answer. You have to read the directions. This doesn't say, so there's just one answer to this multiple choice question. I'm going to click 7. You have 7 periods. Okay, this is a question. This would be kind of like a get to know you question. If you had a get to know you question in your Google form, which of the following genres of music do you like? Please select all that apply. If it says please select all that apply, you have to click each checkbox that you like. So some teachers might give you a checkbox question where you would just answer one question or just checkbox one answer. They might give you a checkbox question where it says choose 2 of the following or choose 3 of the following. If it tells you specifically how many to check, you need to make sure you check that exact amount. In a question like this, it wouldn't be great if we're right or wrong because each student has their own taste in music. So a teacher wouldn't really put a grade on that right or wrong. It would be a participation grade. Okay, this is a paragraph question. Please type a paragraph to describe the best part of your summer break. Um, you would type, you know, sometimes a teacher might tell you how many sentences to include in that paragraph or how to set up your paragraph, but otherwise you need to include a few sentences and questions like that. Um, so I'm just going to type just one sentence just to say that I responded, but you would type more in a paragraph question. My summer break was awesome. Um, Here is a question that you might see in my forms because I have a Google Meet form for you to sign if you want to have a tutoring session with me or if you have questions that you want to meet with me on Google about. Um, this is a drop down menu. I know other teachers might use drop down menus in their practice or their quizzes. A drop down menu is very similar to multiple choice. You click the arrow and it shows all the options. Drop down menus are used more if there are multiple options. You might see things like this, especially in your vocabulary assignments and your other classes. In this one, it's when would be the best time for you to join a Google Meet. So you would select whatever time is best for you to meet. Some of you guys are early birds, and some of you might want to meet closer to 5 p.m. when your parents are getting home. That's fine. The next type of question is a calendar question. Please choose a date you would like to set up a Google Meet. You know, most teachers that would set up Google Meets would only meet during their office hours. But if you want to meet with your teacher anytime between Monday and Friday, between 8 and probably 7 p.m., your teacher could work it out with you to meet with you during that time. Or I will anyway. So you would click that calendar and select whichever date you would want to meet. Or if a teacher asks you to date something else, just select that date. Say, I want to meet with you on Thursday. Please choose a time you would like to set up a Google Meet. This is a time question. Could be a question like, what time does the sun set? I'm going to, it's going to say we want to meet in the evening. It would be PM. And then I would type in 5 o'clock. Okay. And you notice these two questions were not required because not everybody's required to sign up for a Google Meet. That's just on a as needed basis. Okay. Whenever you're finished with your form, you might want to go back to the top, check your answers, make sure you answered everything. I purposely left that unanswered just to show you what happens if you don't answer it. So I checked my answers. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I'm done with this form, so I'm going to click submit. And it automatically takes me to that question that I forgot to answer. So I have to answer this question before I can truly submit. It says this is a required question, so I'm just going to select a few. I'll just select a couple. And then I'll submit. So then it says my response was submitted and the assignment marked as done. I can edit my response. Some teachers give you the option to edit. That would be where, say, you view your score and you got a question wrong. I'm going to view my score and uh-oh, it tells me I got question 2 wrong. Well, bulldogs is the correct answer. But sometimes when a teacher uses a Google form and puts an answer key on there are multiple ways to answer bulldogs. You could use an apostrophe between the G and the S. You could capitalize the B. You could have a space between bull and dogs. There's multiple ways you could answer that question. So, this is the correct answer. Might be showing you that it's incorrect, but it's probably just because it wasn't the way it showed up in the answer key. And in that case, just be patient. Your teacher is going to see that whenever they grade your assignment and they're going to fix it for you. So don't worry about those questions. Some teachers might not show you that grade automatically for that reason. So sometimes you have to go back to the form, a few days later to see what your grade was at that point. Okay. I generally will let you see your grade right after, especially if it's multiple choice questions or short answer questions. So, say you want to fix that. This is just to view it, so you really can't click in there and fix it. You have to go back to your form, back to this screen. See how it took me to this screen to view it? I have to go back to my original screen and edit my response. Okay, if I want to edit my response, I'm going to go back down to Bulldogs and I'm going to capitalize the B and then submit. Now, when I view my score, it'll show me that I got the question right. And some of these other questions still need graded by the teacher. But your teacher will post your grade as soon as they are finished looking at it. If you have any questions about Google Forms, you are welcome to ask your teacher, ask Miss Webster, call and ask the office, anybody. They will direct you to someone who can help you with filling out these forms. This is pretty much the most of everything I can show you on the student's end of answering a form. So good luck on filling out your forms this year and have a great year.